there is a good chance that you are not flossing properly. Most of you are popping it in and out, you know, quick floss just like this, but you need to go further to protect against gum disease, gingivitis, periodontal disease.
She is 100% correct. It is exactly how you floss which allows you to be really healthy in your mouth. But what if I told you there's actually something way more important than how you floss? And that's for the fact that will you freaking floss, and how long is it going to take you to floss? Because a lot of people, if you don't have the time to floss, you're not going to floss, and no flossing equals bad flossing. And that's why we created these Something Nice floss picks. And just like you guys know with our water flossers and other products, we try and innovate in the space, and we try and create new innovative things of all the oral care products to bring it to the 21st century. And these are why I think these are some of our most important products, even though they're the most slept on. Because just like she said, whether you're using traditional floss or the old school floss picks, popping them in and out and just going hot in and hot out is going to protect you from cavities, but it is not the best way to floss. And unfortunately, dentists and hygienists will only recommend traditional floss. The problem is it's bulky, it takes a lot of time, you gotta wrap it up, and a lot of people just simply won't do it because it's not effective and they don't use it. And by no means are they wrong. A lot of the floss picks on the market are super taut. And so because of that, they're only really good at hopping through the teeth, which is, you know, great, but not the greatest. And so when we innovated and developed our floss pick, I wanted it to be a full traditional floss replacement. And let's go exactly why that's the case. So first off, we added the dual threads in there. And both of these threads, it's almost like you're double flossing at the same time, which is great. And if you have food and gunk, it traps it and pulls it out together super efficiently. And also that we added xylitol to the threads. Now, if you don't know, xylitol is almost like coating the floss with toothpaste, putting it in there and cleaning the oral microbiome out all up in your gums and to keep your bone and gums healthy. Now, to fix the main issue that dentists have with the flosses, popping them in and out, we added more slack. If you can tell, there is more slack to allow for a C shape to be formed in the floss pick. So when you put it in, all you gotta do is pop it in, drag it to the side, and you can lean it forward and lean it back. You can go in and out, and you can get the whole entire floss experience. You can go all the way around. I promise you, just as good as traditional floss. You can get all the way up, and you can see how hard I said it, and you can push against the side, and you can go up and down, and you can get an amazing clean just as you would with traditional floss. And I think that's the most important part is, even if you're using traditional floss and you're only popping it up and down, you're having the same effect. But now this can do the exact same thing that traditional floss can. It just takes a technique just like traditional floss. Now, we didn't stop there. So not only is this just as good as traditional floss, it's better in some ways because we're the first floss pick to ever develop a tongue scraper built into the, you can see it right here on the top. And so even though flossing is great, we still have, when we eat and everything else and we're doing things like that, we get stuff stuck in our tongue. And if you didn't know, our tongue is kind of like a shag carpet. It's got all these little filaments and fibers and gunk and stuff gets stuck in there. And if you had some stinky food, it's gonna stay on your tongue and it's gonna be stinky later. In fact, it's one of the big causes for bad breath, just like tonsil stone. And so after you eat, you can pop one of these out of your bag, your purse, whatever. You can floss using the proper technique like I've showed you. And then you can also take this tongue scraper and you can tongue scrape off a lot of that gunk and stuff off your teeth really efficiently all in one pick. And not only that, but it took us like 45 different molds to get this perfect, but I hated the other little picks on floss picks. Some of them were round, they didn't fit, they were rubber, they didn't do anything. And so it took us forever, but we created the perfect pick that will just get right in between there and get that food or gunk out, whatever you need, I promise you. We started giving these to our patients in our office and the results were amazing. Everybody loved them. I mean, I'm serious. Half the people using traditional floss switched to these, they loved them. The people who were using floss picks threw away their floss picks immediately. And the people who use our water flosser and love our water flosser also love these as well. They were like, I keep these in my bag, in my car, in my purse, and I use them during the day because I don't want to carry around my water flosser, and then I'll water flosser at night. It's like literally the best of both worlds. So I promise you, grab a bag of our floss picks. They are the most slept on oral care product out there, I guarantee you. And right now they're like up to 50% off on TikTok Shop. It's absolutely insane. So go ahead and grab you some, try them. That's like $2 or $3 a month. This is 3 months worth of picks. I guarantee you, once you try these, you will never use another flossing solution in the floss pick category, probably even traditional floss. Although I'm not hating on traditional floss, we're also making an amazing traditional floss product as well coming out soon. That's also gonna have some innovative features that I can't talk to you about yet, but promise we're not gonna stop at Something Nice until we make the best oral care products across the board for you guys. I guarantee you're gonna love these, and I can't wait to see the reviews because you guys are gonna flip out with these.